Thanks again for joining Emancipate Show. I'm your host, Gale. I'm going to try to do a little bit more, a more segment on this particular topics like these that things we do for these people and they never give us our flowers for. Little Richard put the Beatles on, never mentioned that, but he put that out there and they never gave him his flowers. Elvis stole his voice from and everything from George Hamilton. He took James Brown move, never gave him his props for that. Anyway, Coretta Scott and Martin Luther King Jr.'s son paid for Julia Roberts' hospital bills for her to be born, and she never once said thanks. Gale King, and I'm not a big fan of Gale King, might I add, Gale King had to literally dive into her history and found this out. And when she found out, you should see the expression on this chick's face.
I'll
Check
bet
this
most
out.
people don't know this about you. You're brushed with, let's start with the day you were born. Who paid for the hospital bill?
Okay. Her research is very good. We're
Shocking.
professionals. This is the King family paid
Yeah.
for my hospital bill.
Not my family.
Not your family,
Because they were
but
broke.
Martin Luther King Jr.
and Coretta.
And how did that come about?
Well-
I mean, did you guys know that about Julia Roberts?
No, we didn't know that.
That's what I said.
She must be
Martin
ashamed.
Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King Jr. Why did they do that? Because
Well,
her dad, Walter Roberts.
yes, and obviously because my parents couldn't pay for the hospital
Duh.
bill, my parents had a theater school in Atlanta called the Actors and Writers Workshop. And one day, Coretta Scott King called my mother and asked if her kids could be part of the school because they were having a hard time finding a place that would accept her kids.
Is she
And
black?
my mom was like, sure, come on over. And so they just all became friends and they helped us out of a jam.
Yeah, because in the 60s, you didn't have little black children interacting with little white kids in acting school.
Right.
And your parents were like, come on in.
Yeah.
I think that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
And it sort of lays the groundwork for who you are.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but you never hear mention it. Not one time. She never talk about it. She never give no shout outs to Coretta Scott and Martin Luther King Jr. Because I think after Martin Luther King, they must have had some bread in order for them to do that feat right there to pay for her hospital bills. But I just want to know, Julia Roberts, why is it so hard for you to say, hey, thank you to the King family for paying for me to be born and doing all these wonderful things and being such a megastar or anything of the sort? Never mention. Keep it moving, though. I see how it is. Thanks again, Julia Roberts. We appreciate your contribution towards the Black community. Well, we know you don't want to be associated to or anything of the sort like that with them. I'm looking for the video, the full interview. That's not even on the internet. I have to get it off of Instagram. Shout outs to the creator for that one. A couple of people did videos on it, but I just want to put my 2 cents in it. I'm very ashamed of her. I used to be a fan, but I'm not a fan no more because how difficult it is just to give Black people their proper etiquette. Give us our flowers. Thanks. Donate some money to the King Foundation. Donate some money to some good charity or some stuff like that. But no, you went on about your business, went on about your life. Forget about all the people that helped you on your journey. Forget about the people that pay for your birth for you to be here. It shows you the gravity of ungratefulness and now people don't like to be associated